doing this in the middle of work. Not work, definitely not. That one. Okay. That one tiny bit done. Right, so we move on to the CDM position, which is obviously Ben's and Paul's playing positions. This one's going to be a little harder because I'm going to try and play in a way that's completely different to how Paul will want it to be played. But there you are. There's different ways you can play CDM. You can play, you know, your arty-farty style or whatever, or you can play big and aggressive, I guess, if you want to call it like that. So I've gone for more of what Ben's kind of physical build would be, which is 6'1", 191 on the weight. You can make it a little taller, but it doesn't really benefit you. Being 6'1's kind of the max height you'd want to be. Being smaller just kind of makes you a little bit faster, which is fine, but then you lose out on the strength, and the strength you want to kind of balance in between the two, ideally, for a good CDM, in my opinion anyway. Especially if you're going for more of an aggressive build. When it comes to your skill points and stuff, as you can see, I've put a little bit into physical just to bring up the strength, so it's a bit more beefier in the midfield, and I did stamina and reactions over here, just so that when the ball's played in between, it makes you faster to react for interceptions. And here on the defending side, we've got interception, defensive awareness, and then this is sliding and standing tackling. Ideally, you want to get your standing tackling up. That's the one you kind of want to aim for, but slide tackling is fine too. I just put it in there because I don't think that's the same amount of points. Oh no, it is, so I could put it in standing tackle. But slide in's way lower, and Ben slides quite a lot. And for this build, it'll work out better, I think. ZillaChum in dribbling, because fuck it, you don't need it. Passing, don't need anything in the crossing side. A little bit I've put into short passing, again, and vision, and the long passing, just so that then it helps you play your way out of the back. Shooting, don't need any of that, because you shouldn't really be shooting that often. Pace, I've just stuck it in here, again, down these sides, and this is, again, for a level 10 character. For your perks, I went with cool-headed and ball winner, so cool-headed, I can't remember what he's doing now, boost your defensive attributes 15 minutes after conceding a goal. We concede quite a lot, so that'll probably help. Ball winner, boost tackling abilities when close to defender. That's key. That's a really good one to have. The main kind of things that we're going to be doing with this type of build is way less attacking, way more trying to play for a 0-0. That's kind of what you want to do with this. Passing wise, you want to kind of get the ball off. I don't know about that quickly. You don't want to take too many touches because you don't want to get caught from behind, but you don't want to do anything Hollywoody unless you've got the time, because your passing stats aren't brilliant. They're okay. If you get the space, sure, go for a long ball out to a winger. If you don't, whatever, just lay it off to whoever's open. With the defensive side of it, it will be built much more on trying to play for interceptions than it will be playing to tackle. But we'll get into tackling and how we're playing in a minute. The other side of it is we have Paul in the team, who's a bit more of the more creative, sitting deep player. So we don't really need two of those. What we really need is someone who's like a master of the dark arts, which is all of the nasty stuff when you're defending. Everything like that is really good to try and learn. If you can try and master the, like I said, the dark arts. So it's all your nasty little bits, like timing your tackles right, slide tackling right at the right time, and blocking off player runs, blocking off players trying to run back, forcing players out wide, frustrating them. What you're aiming to do is wind up your opponent as much as possible, so that they get frustrated and that then they want to get sent off. That's kind of what you want to do. You want them bombing into tackles on you because you've pissed them off. It's going to take forever to search for a game now, isn't it? I'm going to have to do 2 videos again, because it's just going to search for hours and get stuck. But yeah, you'll see more of what I mean once we actually get in, if we can get into a game. You'll see it much more. And for the attacking side of it, you shouldn't be pushing that far forward. I think with this, it's going to put me in a central defensive midfield rather on the left of a 2, which will be slightly different as well, because obviously on the left of a 2 defensive midfield set, you're just kind of defending one side of the pitch. You're not really defending the whole thing. But when it comes to your attacking positions, you shouldn't really ever be in the box. You should only ever be at most on the edge of it, but even then you should be sort of 5 to 10 yards off of it. So when the ball's being crossed into the box, you should just be on the edge of the camera view, really. And you should be closer to whichever side you're playing on. So you play on the left next to me, so you should be closer to the left, ideally. So then if I get in trouble and I can't move the ball past my defender, past the right back or left back, whichever side it is, then I can turn and come back and just lay it off inside to you. And then you have the opportunity to then pass it forward, which at that point Andrew should then also be open. That's the theory anyway. You won't see as much of that if I'm playing as a 1 central defensive midfielder, because it's just harder to get forward and cover those areas. So you'll see me sitting deeper a lot more often, which is where I'm waiting for the defenders to clear the ball. And once they've cleared it, I'll then move up to the space where they have cleared it to try and shut off the attack as quickly as I can, basically. And being bigger, you'll win slightly more headers, or you'll at least challenge for them. Which is, again, why I prefer a slightly taller central defensive midfielder. But that's just my personal preference in FIFA. If I'm building my own team. Look for a minimum 6-footer in there. Man, it's taking forever. I'm going to have to dashboard this and start again, aren't I? Well, so much for this so far. I do hate that it's such a crap system that I have for dropping games. It's really shit. Da 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 da. Jeez, oh. I'll apologise to the one person watching, whoever they are. This thrilling content of me sitting here doing nothing. Whilst FIFA continues to search for a match. Might have to close it and start again. Give it another minute. I bet it's because it's found a team, because it says it's searching for a match, so it's found teammates, but it's not. It's either not found anyone to play against, or it's launched into the game without me, because it's a dick. And sometimes FIFA does that, I guess. What's most annoying is that I can't just do a practice match. Alright, fuck it, let's dashboard this. I'll be back in a sec with another stream.